evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to those of you across land and across the plains. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day for all of you. I wanted to come on and do an intuitive insight. I don't know why, but this intuitive insight has really been kind of, I shouldn't say it's gnawing at me because that's not true, but I just really wanted to do this. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this, intuitive insights is basically where I just take I give kind of a mini reading on a certain celebrity or, like a certain issue that's affecting the world, affecting us, things like that. So I wanted to come on and do that. So today's intuitive insight is going to be on journalist and news reporter, Chris Cuomo. If you guys don't know who Chris Cuomo is a journalist. He got his start, like he's been in media for years. But I remember Chris from NBC, not NBC, excuse me, ABC, when he was on World News Now. And then he went to Good Morning America and things like that. So I've always been a fan of his work. I think he's wonderful. And he's a beautiful man, beautiful man. But most notably, Chris Cuomo is known for being on CNN. So, but recently he departed from CNN, um, and he now is on a smaller, like a smaller. I won't say they have a smaller platform, but he's on a smaller network, and I think it's called News Nation. And the reason why I'm actually doing a intuitive insight on Chris Cuomo is because I happened to pop in on a live with him yesterday morning. And I just found it really interesting, the things that he discussed and how he interacted with the fans and, how he was with fellow IGers and just how I guess what I was impressed with was the fact that he was very free. He was very free flowing. Like he just let things just, you know, and he didn't answer every question, but he really made uh like certain questions top priority, which I thought was awesome. And he showed his home, he showed his dogs, he talked about pet adoption, things like that. So I was like, I wouldn't mind giving Chris Cuomo a reading and just seeing what the spirits may have to say for him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him a little mini reading. So, Mr. Cuomo, if you ever watch this, hi. Hi. And and I thank you for your journalistic integrity and for being such a great um at least for me, people listen. Now I know some of y'all are watching this. Y'all may not like him, and that's fine. Okay? We all can agree to disagree. But I like Mr. Cuomo and his brother too. I like not Mario. Oh God, what is his brother? Oh Lord, and I see his face. Oh my goodness, and I think they're both adorable. I love them together. Uh, um, gosh, he dated Sandra Lee. My Lord, please put that in the comments because I know you know who I'm talking about, y'all. Put that in the comments below. My goodness, I'm just having a brain fog right now. But anywho, but Mr. Cuomo, if you do see this, hello, and thank you so much for being such a great all around guy, and for doing you and being you, honey. So, with that being said, let's get started on the reading. Okay, now for those of you who would like a reading outside of this modality, if you like what I do and you're like, you know what, I want to talk to Leo, I want to get a one-on-one. I got some stuff going on in my life, and I could use a little look at it. Then log on to our website, log on to psychicleo.com. And if you don't want a reading, but you want kind of like coaching, things like that, because I'm also a life empowerment coach. So if you want coaching and things of that nature, that's where you can find it as well. That's psychicleo.com. Now, if you're not quite ready for a reading, if that's not what you're looking for, it's not your cup of tea, then you can just follow me on various social media platforms, honey. All the information is down in the description below. So now, let's get into the reading of Mr. Christopher Cuomo. All right, here we go. And I honestly may not have to use these, but I'm gonna just have them with me. I think I'll use a card. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Um, and before I pull this card, I'm gonna go with what I'm being told. First of all, Mr. Cuomo, you come from this. You come from a family of healers. I literally see people around you that know how to cure people with herbs and like food. Food is a big thing. Food is a big deal. And I know people are like, well, blah blah blah. He's Italian, but I honestly get for some reason that's a big deal for y'all. Not just food in terms of eating and people coming around, but I'm getting medicine. I'm getting science. I see greenery. I feel like you come from a family of people that can look at a tree and say, well, this um, root or this fruit is what will help you. So you come from that. And I'm seeing like tea and tea divining, tea readings, things like that. Um, I get a sense of freedom around you right now. I feel as if you're really coming into your own. I really pick up that what I'm hearing in my head is, I don't give a fuck. I literally hear that. I hear you saying, I don't give a fuck. And I hear you being professional, but at the same time, you're like, I'm going to be myself. Because I kind of get that when you were with the major, and I shouldn't say major, but when you were with the bigger companies, I get a sense, I kind of get like a stick up your back, meaning like, so what that's telling me is like you had to be a certain way. And we all had to be professional, don't get me wrong. But I kind of get that you were really on your P's and Q's with the companies that you were with. And when you would let your hair down, I what I'm hearing is a lot of misinterpretation. People misinterpreted you because I kind of get that deep down, even though I don't know how old you are, Mr. Cuomo, but you have the mentality and the energy of someone between 22 and 34. You're very much a youthful person. You're very much someone that I'm seeing sports. I feel like you love activity. I'm seeing you running. I'm seeing football. Just you love like you love life. You're like, let me take a bite out of life. Let me take a bite out of it. But I also get moments of you that are very inward. I get depression around you. I get a very hot temper, almost like a hair trigger. It doesn't take much to make you angry. And I feel like honesty is a big thing for you. If a person's not honest, it ain't gonna work. And that's in anything. I'm picking up a lot to do with either the contract negotiations or contractual agreements because I'm seeing paperwork. Probably in the next either 2 to 3 weeks or like the next 2 to 3 months, I'm seeing you negotiating something. And I feel like right now, because I know you have like your podcast and you have your nightly segment on News Nation, but I kind of get that it's funny. I feel like on one hand, you want expansion, like you want it to grow. But at the same time, I get a sense of you being like, I'm really comfortable where I am right now. I'm not, it doesn't have to be huge, but as long as what I'm doing gets to the right people. And for you, your thing is neither Democrat nor Republican, liberal nor right. It's about truth, mainly. Um, which is why people like you have people on your show that maybe a lot of us may not agree with. But I get you, and I'm actually getting that as you get deeper into your show, you're going to be more hard hitting. You're going to be more like balls to the wall because I just I just see you being like, no, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna make not make, but I'm gonna challenge the people that I interview. And I'm even going to reveal more of myself because I also pick up you revealing a lot to do with your emotions. I feel like you, not that you hold your emotions in, but I see you being a private, like I really do get private person around you. I think you know, how do I say this? When it's time to be, you're not performing. Let me make that very clear. But I feel like for some reason, when you know it's time to be on camera, you're on camera. But I get mainly that when you are, and I think this is why the News Nation is a perfect fit, because you can be the camera Chris Cuomo, but at home you can be at home. You know what I mean? That's why I think social media is a big deal for you. Um, and I kind of get you blowing up on TikTok too, with like dances and stuff, because I'm seeing you dance. I literally see you doing this. I see you moving. I also see you going into, I know you have a podcast, I'm seeing like radio. I feel like you're going to end up doing a lot of things that you've always wanted to do, but you were never given freedom to do. And what else? I pick up around your, your home and your marriage and things like that. It's really at a good space right now because you're able to be more, how do I put it? You're able to be more hands-on. And I feel like especially with you and your wife, I get either like for a while, it wasn't that you guys didn't get along, but I feel like it was like you were here and she was here. And now it's like you're slowly coming back. That's my phone going off, y'all. You guys are slowly coming back with each other. And the love has always been there, but it's just more now. You now can make time for each other now. It's easier. And I'm getting either somebody either going to college or like somebody moving out of the house. And that's helping too. So yeah, I think you're in a really good space. Now I'm gonna see what the card has to say. Well, there we go. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles, if you think about it, Nine of Pentacles has to do with, I believe, the Hermit card, I think. Don't I believe I'm right. But yeah, the Nine of Pentacles is the corresponding card with any nine in tarot is the Hermit. So if you think about it, the Hermit is all about going within, and by you going within and withdrawing, you think back, you reflect, you think about the choices you've made, the things you've done. Uh, um, but at the same time, you use that time to really evolve, to really grow, to really not just think on a logical level, but think emotionally. So in this case with Mr. Cuomo, I think it's more so now you're looking back at all the hard work. You're looking back at, you know, the things you did and the things that you didn't do and the things that you shouldn't have done. You're doing a lot of reflecting, not just within your career, but even within yourself. That's why I say I pick up you taking care of yourself. I feel like you're trying to watch how you sleep, even though I do see you tossing and turning a lot in your sleep, because you live up here. And I feel like if people really were to get to know you, you're a lot more you're a lot more laid back than people give you credit for. But you're also someone who is the word I want to say is high strung. Like you feel on a deep level, I feel like. And I don't know why. Like I said earlier, I see you having kind of a hair trigger temper. You've gotten better, but you don't like a lot of bullshit. You just don't. You don't. Because I'm literally hearing you cursing people out. So yeah. But from what I'm seeing with this, what this is telling me is that you're just really taking stock of things that are important to you. So home, family, your health, money, and not money in the sense of you making money, but in the sense of you maintaining your money, security, things like that, investments, just making sure that you're in a good space. And I also feel like, though I don't see you doing this, but I feel like people around you either want you to, I'm seeing two things. They either want you to run for office or they want you to write a book. But I feel like you may end up writing a book. I do pick that up. I do pick up a book. You may end up doing that. I feel like a book is in the works. But but the running for office thing, no. I think that you're like, no, I don't like, because I feel like how do I say it? Not that you know politics, but I think you know what goes on behind the curtain. So you're like, fuck that. But I also feel like you enjoy more so talking in the people, excuse me, more than anything else. That's what really motivates you. It's just more so just seeing things, just being a part of it, being on the front lines. That's your thing. Um, and I also see you taking stock of your friends. I see you taking stock of, like I kind of get you not cutting people off, but just cutting people down the middle, and just really figuring out, well, which friends are for me and which are against me and which are just cool. So I feel like you're putting people in the right categories that fit you, because you're at a point in your life where you don't want any more drama if you can help it. So I think that's why I see you really thinking and really reevaluating. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Reevaluating everything in your life right now. Like I said, your home, your family, your health, your money, everything. You're just reevaluating right now, which is good. So I think that's why right now you don't mind being busy, but you don't want a horrible, horrible schedule, because you're like, fuck it. I want to sit back and kind of rest on my laurels for a bit, because I feel like you're like, I've been working for I don't know how long. I'm tired of working. I want to, not tired, but I want to do it at my pace. I want to do what I want to do. So yeah, so that is my intuitive insight on journalist, Mr. Christopher Cuomo. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope it has made sense. Let me know what you think about Mr. Cuomo. Like, put it in the comments below, whether you like him or not. Be respectful. We can agree to disagree here. What do you think about this intuitive insight? Let me know in the comments below. I do read them. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will talk with you very soon. Okay? Bye bye, my sugar bears.